What good is a great idea if no one knows that that idea exists? What good is a great song if nobody hears it? What good is a great talent if no one knows what that talent is? What good is someone who has an opportunity and no one knows what that opportunity is? In order for those things to manifest themselves, you have to find a way to get your ideas out there. Marketing is definitely one way that people find a way to put out what it is that they have. For those who don't know, the Artists United, we are a nonprofit that is created to educate, develop, market, and promote people in the entertainment business. So first, we're educating ourselves on what it is that we're doing. The second thing that we're doing is we're developing that product or that business structure or that resource or that service or that thing that you have that you're trying to do in your business. And then the third thing that you're doing is that you're trying to find out your market. Who are you selling it to? What tools do you need to come up with in order to put your thing out there? What things do you need to make necessary in your business plan in order for that thing to become more than just an idea, but something that can actually get out to the public? So marketing being the third thing in our mission statement is something that we take very, very seriously. And today, during marketing, and I'm happy that our speaker came out to speak on the topic of marketing. He is actually grown from doing things with Philadelphia International.
Now he's over at Radio 1 Philadelphia handling Praise 103.9, 100.3 The Beat, and 107.9 WRNB. He was responsible for the recent music conference that Radio 1 does every year. I'd like to introduce Mr. Amir Khan.
Appreciate you guys. I think what the Artists United is doing is just a phenomenal thing. The fact that you guys are getting together and just building camaraderie and just going after a common mission. A lot of you guys have dreams and aspirations and common goals, and I think having people side by side is encouraging. I think it is it's something that you need. When you're going after your dream or your aspiration or your goals. And I think at the end of the day, whether you're selling music or you're selling radio, it all starts with the consumer. It starts with the fact that you have a product and that you want to deliver that to that consumer. And it's about building relationships. That's the key point to any type of marketing strategy is about building relationships and having a one-on-one interaction with your consumer. That's why social media is as big as it is now. And it's important that you build these relationships, but not only build them, but to have integrity and to build those relationships where you're creating a brand. I'm building a brand for myself, building a brand that when people say, Amir Khan works hard, he, does the best that he can do to get the job done. I'm building a brand association where basically they're saying, if you bring Amir on board, he may not know the answer now, but he'll work hard to make sure that he does know the answer. And he has integrity. That's the most important thing in your business. I know it's hard, especially a lot of times if you don't have a job and one of the things that Mr. Gamble always told me is that you gotta have a job when you're chasing your dream, because it's too easy to jeopardize that dream for a nickel or a dollar. And at the end of the day, your dream has to outweigh your current circumstance. Nobody said when you had that dream that it was gonna be easy, because if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. You never know what doors open. And, sometimes you gotta seize the day. You know, sometimes you can't wait for a week. Sometimes if opportunity knocks, you gotta go for it. You know.
Some people look at marketing and promotions as being the same thing, and I know for certain that those are two different things. In business, marketing is one thing that I think most people should do prior to actually doing promotions. So we're backing up into our vision statement again. It says to educate, develop, to market, and then promote.
The number one form of marketing to this day, out of all the forms and mediums out there in the world of ways to communicate, is still word of mouth. You know, as far as the music, a lot of us, I think, have aspirations to be in the entertainment industry, from what I understand. And I just encourage you guys to just continue just doing what you're doing. We've all been there. If you know marketing, if you know how to market, you know, if you know who your consumer is, and you know what your product is, then marketing is essentially figuring out a way to how to communicate and get that to that person. It's as simple as that.
I know some of us are songwriters, some of us are promoters, some of us are graphic designers, some of us are musicians, some of us are singers. Some people are just marketing people. So if that's your job and it's marketing and this is your business, we need to find different ways of how to get out to that actual target market. So that brings us today to our topic, which is marketing for the AU Solutions here in Philadelphia.
Your business and 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 your business